episode of the Saints Block Party podcast coming at you. And we're recording this on a Wednesday night, the day before Thanksgiving,
Mm.
previewing Saints versus the Dolphins. The first time the Saints have played the Dolphins since 2009 in Miami, I should
In
add.
Miami.
Uh, and okay, before we get into anything, SBP brought to you by Precious Works LLC. Adam here, joined by my guy Wolf, aka Ryan. And the thing about this episode that's going to be very disappointing and very disheartening, it has nothing to do with anything. It's just that it's the day before Thanksgiving. It's a holiday week. There are not going to be a lot of people that listen or watch this episode because it's the day before Thanksgiving. But there was something that took place this week that the Saints were a part of that is a very important thing that we have to talk about. And was almost Rolf almost gave my fandom up. We was about to have NFL block party pod.
Love is blind.
Something, bro. I was this close. But in case you've been living under a rock, and I apologize for this, sound quality or video quality isn't what it is. I'm again at home visiting family in Texas and Lubbock for the holiday week, so I don't really care. But the whole Justin Tucker situation that came out Monday, so this is Wednesday, so it came out Monday. The Saints tried out Justin Tucker and Cade York. After the Blake Groupie, missing 8 field goals in the season, eventually Blake Groupie gets released. They end up going with Cade York, former kicker at LSU, who's now the kicker on the practice squad, which is so funny because if I had like a extra roster spot before I played the Saints, bro, I would just sign Cade York to my active roster, bro. Because then they wouldn't have a kicker. But anyway, I mean, I guess technically they would have Charlie Smith, but we have to talk about the whole, even, I don't even know, like, the why of trying out Justin Tucker,
Why?
the sexual misconduct allegations.
16 Alex.
When it's just the same shit, bro. Like, I wish we could have a football podcast where most of our talkings would be football, but since we've started this podcast, we've had to talk about fucking Deshaun Watson. If they had traded for Deshaun Watson, I was out. This past summer, we had to do an episode where our dude Ramon talking about the Catholic Church pedophilia essentially going on, and now
darkest episodes ever.
Dark, bro, dark, and now, like, we can't even be excited about maybe getting a top 3 pick because the team isn't good. They sully it by bringing in Justin Tucker. I'm tired, Ryan. I'm so fucking tired. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I don't know how much of it I have in me, bro. I'm exhausted.
It's just like, it's the whys that I don't get. Like, why even do that? Why? Like, and this is not to excuse it, like, because even going after Watson was horrible. Like, we talked about it ad nauseum, but I can at least understand it from a QB thirst. I need a QB, and I don't care what I'm gonna do. Still don't agree with it. Wouldn't do it, but I could put myself in the okay. Like, I could see a team just being mad thirsty and looking past some things, even though it's disgusting. But a washed up kicker who wasn't even good before all these allegations popped up. And you got to deal with literally a horrible person. Horrible person. It's coming off like a 10-game suspension. It got suspended by the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the league did their investigation and found enough to be like, yeah, you got to have a seat. And you go after him like you the first bite at the apple.
The first
team,
bite,
first bite at the apple. You're that team. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, who makes that decision? And now you got Kelly Moore standing up there catching bullets about it, asking, got to answer questions about him, and he the big boy. He gotta get up there and answer. But it's like, why even put yourself in that position? Like, why even do that? Before we even get to the morality of it, like, why even do that? Even from a business standpoint, like
From
it's
a
just
PR standpoint.
PR, just bad business. Like, God, saints, Jesus, what are y'all doing, man?
What y'all doing on the field? What are y'all doing off the field? It's just our dude Wesley in the chat said, "Why can't they just be a normal shitty team? Why is it
That's it.
always like this?"
It's normal shit. Like, why am I reading about Catholic Church bankruptcy settlements and bond holders and all that stuff? Why am I even reading about this? I shouldn't even be reading this stuff, but I got to read about it because the owner of my favorite team that I grew up watching is like bankrolling uh, a child abuse farm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like what the hell, bro? I just want to watch
Our
football and talk ball. That's it.
Mark said, talking about Kellen Moore in the presser when shout out to Catherine Terrell and Matt Paris for like lining up
Shout
Kellen
out.
Moore. Said Tucker had an quote unquote unfortunate experience. That's what Kellen Moore said on Monday, bro.
Sounding like a robot. Like, bro, can you have some humanity, please? Like, Jesus. Like, I don't understand these type of people, bro. Like, I don't know. With stuff like that, how can you just not be human? You know what I'm saying? Be like, this is gross. Like, this is disgusting. I don't want to. No, like if I'm Kellen Moore, like even if I give Kellen Moore the benefit of the doubt of like, look, this is the pro personnel department. All they doing is looking at, wait, kickers available. Here's what we got, and we bringing in kickers. Kellen Moore ain't have no input in it. Even from that standpoint, as soon as I get the list of like who's coming in, I'll be like, what the fuck is this? Why is Justin Tucker on here? We're not working him out. Like if I'm the head coach, you know, if
What's
I had any
hilarious?
qualms about it.
What's hilarious to me is like their perception of players in like their character as like free agents, like Justin Tucker, Deshaun Watson, compared to draft prospects, is like drastically different. Like,
Drastically, bro.
like drastically different. Like for draft prospect, they gotta be like quote unquote like a saint, no pun intended. Like, we have a thing in our Discord, hashtag swell saints, like just the swellest of guys for their draft
Like
prospects.
the margin is so wide. Like they either go for you got to be like a church deacon or like a serial sex offender. It's like, what? Like, can we get somebody that stole a laptop or something? Like, I'll take that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me something like that. A race car driving or something. I don't know. But God, we got to go that far? Come on, man.
Hemisphere said it dawned on me the other day: is Mickey making personal decisions, or is it Kellen Moore? That's a good question. I don't think anyone really knows. I would say maybe it's a collaborative effort, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like I know for sure, like the Von Bailey trade, like that was Mickey push. Like Kellen didn't want anything to do with Bailey. Um, Dante said, "Bring me a simple racist pass rusher."
That's it, man. No MAGA pass rusher, bro.
It was. I'm just, we have like 19 concurrent viewers on, so we appreciate the sickos who actually like watching this
Thank
episode
y'all, man.
before Thanksgiving. We truly appreciate it. It was just so disheartening, like as a fan, when that report came out on Monday, and it really like put in perspective of just like these niggas just don't get it. Like these niggas don't get it. They don't care. This is how they operate, and it was gross. It was gross, and I don't know if it was a situation where Cade York like outkicked Justin Tucker in the tryout, or maybe the online blowback was too hard, like a little hot for them, and that's why I don't know. They don't strike me as they don't strike me as a team that operates in those things like at all, even though they listen to all the outside noise. But the fact that they put themselves in that position and continually just showing to like that was the thing about Kellen. Like even if he didn't have a say in it, like even if it wasn't his initial idea, like I think someone in the Saints media was like, "But you have daughters, bruh. Like you have daughters. Like
Hello.
so when they ran that by you, like you would hope that you would have the wherewithal and be like, oh no, him on the list? No, I'm good. Like we can get someone else, but like it's not gonna be him. So shout out
And
to
then
our girl.
and
Go ahead.
and then the excuse of, well, look, we want to talk to these guys and hear from them and get an understanding from their perspective. Is like, what would you expect to hear from him? Like, you think he's gonna be like, yeah, rub my genitals on these women. Like, what do you expect him to say? He's gonna deny. He's gonna act like he did nothing wrong. It's like, I mean, the information is out there. Contact NFL security. They'll tell you what they. It's like, just stop it. Stop the bullshit, bro. Stop it.
And let me. I can say this on the pod. Let me tell you how bad it is or was. So no one in the Ravens, especially like his former teammates, have any contact with Justin Tucker. Think about that. Like he does not have contact with most of his teammates that he's had for years because he had a very
Years.
extensive career with the Ravens. And when that all came out, they essentially completely ceased conversation and contact with him across the board. So like if that is what happened for an organization that's a winning organization, even though I think the Ravens have known his behavior had gone on for years, that's a different conversation for a different day. If that is known, why would you even think about entertaining the idea of adding that to the locker room? And then shit, nigga, if I was Kellen Moore's wife, how the fuck do you think that makes me feel? Like if he came home when that news came out, and I don't like, I'm going ham. Like how dare you? How fucking dare you? Like, do you not have respect for me? Do you not have respect for like our daughters? Like, it's just so. And again, I know Kellen Moore's getting like a lot of the heat, but obviously a lot of the heat should be put on Mickey Loomis, should be put on Gail Benson. But like what do you expect? Like Gail Benson out here covering for the church, like for the church for their atrocities. It's bad, Wolf. It's all bad, bro.
But then it's like, you just the cynical part of me is like, they don't care, bro. Like,
Nope.
once you get into big business, whether that's sports, corporate America, politics, or whatever, bro, like, they don't care, man. Like, they just don't care. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Even some of the wives, you saw
Yep.
Jimmy Haslam wife, and all that. Like, we saw, like, they'll put all that to the back burner if it means winning. But the only thing about this one is like, this ain't got nothing to do with winning. Like,
They're 2-9, Wolf.
you two
You're
and
like
nine.
you're
Like, what do you?
not saying that it's like a time to risk it at all, but
Right.
you really putting yourself out there for fucking Justin Tucker. And you won 2 fucking games on the season, 2 games, and let's bring in Justin Tucker. Okay, all
Okay.
right. Anyhow, they signed Cade York, and he might just be as erratic as Groupie is. But you know what? That's okay because we working towards the goal anyway.
Hey,
We working towards the goal
take us to our
anyway.
king.
Please. Anyhow, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the situation at the top of the podcast. Like I said, it's a little sad and disappointing that like this is an episode that we know isn't going to get a lot of listens or views just because of when we're recording it, but it is what it is. We had to put it out there. And 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 it's very like the reaction that came out for this news was almost identical to the reaction of the Deshaun Watson news. Like from
Every
some
time.
people on Twitter, it's mostly Twitter. And I blocked numerous people Not as many as I did for Watson, but I blocked numerous people this week. The whole like, well, they're just allegations. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And people saying that it's like fake outrage.
Oh, just don't get me started with that. Like just because you just because you don't care, like, doesn't mean everyone else shouldn't care or doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you don't have any kind of moral compass or anything, so you can't project that on everybody else, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's you. Like, that's a you problem. Like, yes, that shit is gross, bro. I don't want to root for
Period.
that. I don't want to root. I don't want to root for my team rooting for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw it. I saw all the tweets. I was just like, oh, here we go again. Here we go again. You know, it's like, yo, that bankrupt. Damn.
Stinking broke. Anyhow, let's take our first break. Let's do a little palate cleanser, and we'll come back, talk actual football, Saints Dolphins after the break.
Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In 2025? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plugin updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or the prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
We are back. Our dude Wesley asked in the chat, York had a pretty good year for the Bengals last year, right? Yeah, I think he had a pretty decent year for the Bengals after Evan McPherson got injured.
Yeah, apparently he closed the year out pretty well. So we'll see.
Will they even get into? I mean, they get into the red zone.
Oh yeah, they all right between the 20s, bro.
Shit there. Let's talk about Saints Dolphins. This game is so funny because it was one of those games at the beginning of the season. It was like, oh, the Saints gonna beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins, right? The Saints right now, not like the morale in the locker room, but the Saints right now feel how the Dolphins were a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
like everything was just not going well. Like just a gross feeling around it. The Dolphins been able to turn it around. And Mike Daniels, I think they won 4 games. They beat the Bills on a big upset. They won last week too, I believe. So they got 4 wins and they're playing hard. And honestly, with the weapons and kind of it feels like it's a hard game to pick for the Saints to win.
Yeah, man, it's hard. But I will say, like, the Dolphins' offense hasn't been like great. They are streaky. They can move the ball and put up some points sometime. Arcane can pop some out when you want, every now and then. He could be very dangerous, especially if you're not tackling. But like overall, like the rushing EPA for the year is, kind of similar to the Saints. Quick passing game, Tua getting that ball out. I think they lead the league in time to throw. So they get the ball out super quick. So don't expect to pass. But they leave the ball, but they get sacked a lot, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
That is weird.
but that's Tua. Like that's the Tua
Yes,
experience.
it
You know
is.
what I'm saying? So it's a weird game, bro. Because Tua is one of those funky quarterbacks that you know he could leave you in the game. Like you mess around and
Yes,
but just the way this Saints been looking, bro. Like oh my god, it's hard to pick them to win almost any game, man. Even against the Dolphins,
it is. I think the Dolphins are favored about like 5.5 points, which
five and
is
a half.
5.5. Wolf, the Dolphins are favored 5.5. Like, part of me a little bit understands it with Achan, with Ali Gordon, um, but that's still a high number, like 5.5. Um, a dude Drew said, "Man, think about the last time the Saints played in Miami and where we are now."
It's crazy, man. When I saw that, I was like, damn, we haven't played out there since Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Because the time
That's
that
crazy.
the home game was in London during the 2017
hmm
season.
And
That was
everything else was at home.
that was Jay Cutler. And kind of speaking, I guess more so like Saints defense. Seems like oh, I blinked on the tight end's name.
Oh, the
Completely
rapper.
blinked. Yes,
My God, man. Fuck.
him. Anyway, he'll be back from injury.
Yeah.
Because he was on IR. So that's a nightmare matchup.
Oh,
I'm
did he
sure
go on IR?
Yeah, he was on IR.
He had
He
like
was
a
on
great
IR.
game. Then with the IR.
Yeah, he had a couple of good games. Hold on, it's gonna
He had a
drive me
couple of.
crazy. It's gonna drive me crazy. This is great podcasting. Darren Waller. It was
Yeah.
drive me crazy.
Darren Waller.
Darren, so Darren Waller seems like he should be back for this game. And as a Saints fan, defensively, like Jalen Waddle. The Dolphins, while they don't hold the ball long and throw a lot of deep shots, like their run after catch and everything of that, um, is what they do very well. And depending on what Saints defense you get, that's a roller coaster in terms of like how that's gonna go.
Man, I just picture Tua tearing them 10-yard cushions up, bro, all day. Just pew, pew, pew. left, right, over and over down the field. With some runs with like I could just see the death by 1,000 cuts over and over and over. But just gotta hope because he'll make some mistakes. He'll make you some mistakes. He'll give some away. Um, Saints defense will have to play. They will need to switch things up coverage wise, post snap. Just you gotta force Tua to hold that ball a
Yes.
couple times. And when he starts looking and the picture isn't clear to him, he'll just kind of hold on to the ball, and that's when he starts making mistakes. If you let him get in rhythm and be able to pre-diagnose everything, he just gonna march him down the field and tear your ass up.
And I will say this for the pass rush, Chase Young's played extremely well since he's come back from injury. Um, don't know what happened to Big Creep Carl Granison. No
Gone, bro. Like
someone, I think the stat came out that he hasn't had a sack since the Bills.
Bills came, bro. Where are you, bro?
That was pre-quarterback change, bro.
You know how many news cycles that is?
I just remember, like, anyhow, but the Dolphins' offensive line is not very good. But here's how this game just comes down to is that it felt like Raheem Morris cooked, him and Jeff Ulbrich cooked Kellen Moore a little bit,
Yes,
quite a bit, last week against the Falcons. And so now look at this matchup going against the Dolphins. It's going to be Mike McDaniel and essentially Anthony Weaver, who calls the defense for the Dolphins, going against Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley.
And Weaver come and get some revenge, boy.
That's right.
Use me as a DIE
Yeah.
interview.
I
DEI.
got something for you. And the Dolphins
Yeah.
defense, even though they traded Jalen Phillips and what have you, they kind of stabilized over the season because they
Yep.
were awful to start the season. They were
Awful to start.
bad, but they've stabilized and have been playing a lot better. Anything else when you think about the Dolphins offense going against the Saints defense?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it. Like, stop the running game, stop Waddle, uh, force Tua to hold on to the ball longer than he wants to. I think that'll be the key to success. Saints defense is like it is what it is. They're not great, but they can disrupt some things. You know what I'm saying? They also, they got a pick six last week. Um, they can send some funky blitzes every now and then. Like you had that Zoom was dying laughing when Stolberg came in on a blitz, just jumped over Kirk, then got up, then sacked him.
The most Saint shit ever, bro. Actually, the most Saint shit would have been jumped over and missed a sack and Kirk Cousins threw for a touchdown. That would have been the most Saint shit over, bro. But it was still very Saintsy in the moment. Very, very Saintsy.
It was, man. But the Saints defense, they should be able to, like the Dolphins offense, just not what it was. I mean, Tariq Hill gone, and he wasn't, what he used to be anyway. Like this defense, this offense, it's not very hard to diagnose. It's just all about speed and timing. It's basically what Kellen Moore tries to run. Like it's just a speed timing offense. So if you could disrupt that, throw off that timing, you should be all right. And just clinch up in the red zone, and just try not to let them put up a bunch of points. What the Saints defense for the most part has been pretty good at doing. Now late in games, they kind of let one go, like they let one go last week, late in the game with a deep throw from Kirk. But for most of the games, they're able to kind of keep teams out of the end zone.
They are. They are. We have a question. Alfred Andrews with the 4.99 super chat. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
After the all 22, how much you put on Kellen and how much you put on the team just being sorry and not running the play how it was designed?
Man, I think about that a lot, man. I really think about that a lot because especially I'm just talking about the offense. It's not good, man. Like sometimes I watch it, I'm like, God, this is sorry, bro. Like this is sorry, and I don't know how to isolate. Are they sorry because they're not being coached well and preparing well, or are they just sorry because talent is what it is?
Why not both?
I mean? Or it could be both. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be both. I do think it's both, and especially in preparation standpoints. You look at the first 15 script, like just every game is starting off with some kind of disaster, a sack, fumble,
ass whoop,
blown blocks. Always that just screams lack of preparation to me. Screams lack of preparation. But also, it's just, man, it's not good. It's like Kelly Moore just come from coaching the Eagles and do come here. God, I know he's like, damn, this is it's like complain about Juwan Johnson, but he is like a key element to this offense because he has to be
which is part of the problem. That's a huge
part of the problem.
Problem. Yeah. Big part of the problem.
So I don't know if it's coaching. I would love to see what Kelly could do with a consistent offensive line, or some better run blocking, some better weapons, better tight end, and all that stuff. And he's a part of that. He's a part of that decision making. Like so, it's definitely partly on him. But I would like to see what he could do with like a full plate because I mean the team is almost where it was at like last year after all the injuries.
Except there's
we
no
got
injuries.
Yeah. Except there's no injury. Like this is the actual team. I mean, Eric McCoy, yeah, but
right.
But it's like, and we saw what Kubiak couldn't do with once those injuries hit, like Kubiak was lost, he on a better team now, and they cooking. You know what I'm saying? They cooking the league up in Seattle. So it does matter. Like there's a certain threshold
Yes.
on NFL talent wise that you have to like to be able to do something. And I just don't think the Saints are there. They're not meeting that threshold.
Which
And that's
I
not to
think,
excuse Kellen.
and I think going back to the earlier games in the season, being super competitive against the Bills, being super competitive against the Niners, against the Cardinals, like that was obviously like the team was like the healthiest and all that, but also that felt like that was a testament to the coaching, right? Like Kellen was like he was doing what he could with what he had. But like for me, it's just like little things, like even like on the field stuff. It's just like the decisions like last week. I know it seems like a little thing, but you knew AK wasn't healthy going into that game. He was limited all week in practice, and you only still had two healthy running backs, or two active running backs, I should say, for that game last week. Then AK gets hurt. I think it was their first offensive possession, and now you got to run the whole game with Devin Neal, like the whole entire game with Devin Neal. Like to me, speaking of preparation, like that's a preparation thing for me. Like you have to have the mindset and the insight and the wherewithal as a coach to know, like, okay, maybe we should get Estime. I need to have Estime, active for this game too. That's the little stuff that is a fundamental coaching decision that he just seems sometimes to like not lack at times, and that's the things that like are in my grill. Right. Shout out to Justin Cash with the $2 super chat. He said, "Imagine Alvaro Reese with Chase Young." I don't have to imagine him with Chase Young. Like it's nice to imagine that, but like I just need him. I don't need to, like, you know what I mean, bro? Take Chase Young out this motherfucking shit, bro.
Bring him in.
Need 8. I need 8. I need 8. That like him paired with Chase Young is like, it's nice, but like far from my concern. Just bring me 8, bro. Bring me 8.
Please, man. Please. But yeah, like you were saying with Kellen, bro, like we talked about it before with the red zone stuff last week. Like, I mean, Tyler Shuck had one pass in the red zone. And it wasn't even like it wasn't a design pass. It was just like a, the penalty on Jawan or whatever that Jawan got. But like, what are we doing here? Everybody's beating them up about the Taysom Hill package, as they should, because it's like, what are we doing? Like, wouldn't it be much better for Tyler Shuck to make those reads, make those throws, even if they fail? Like, even if it doesn't work, at least you can say, okay, next time, I need to do this. I need to, target the ball better here. I need to get the ball out quicker. At least it's like a learning point where next week and going forward, you can learn from it, get better. But with Taysom Hill, whether he gets it in or not, it doesn't matter, because it's like he's no part of the future. And this is like a Taysom Hill. I am a Taysom Hill fan. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what are we doing here?
Here's the interesting thing with that. Is it that he just doesn't trust Tyler Shuck in the red zone? Because I know at the beginning of the season, Taysom Hill was injured, but even when Taysom Hill got back, like it just didn't seem like when Rattler was the quarterback that these Taysom Hill packages were used to this degree.
Degree, right? You might get one or two, but like I know you had that run in the Patriots game,
right?
They had that stupid Chris Olave pass versus the Bills, or whatever. But still, it's like I can't even recall many shots to the end zone by Shuck. You know what I'm saying? Other than like deep shots, but I'm like in the red zone. I just can't even recall many shots. It's like, what are you?
So it's like if you don't this is his evaluation. Like you're supposed to be evaluating him for next season. So like if you don't even trust him to throw in the red zone, like what is even happening? Like those are the things as a coaching wise. Sorry, Rennie knows. Those are the things like coaching wise. I'm just like, what is happening? And I swear to God, Wolf, if we're watching the Zoom on Sunday and these niggas do the same shit when they get in the red zone, they put fucking Taysom Hill out there and start making some dumb decisions and start running towards Jake Stoll's side, I'm gonna lose my shit, bro. I'm going to lose my shit.
Like, now, how you have 44 passes and no passes in the red zone. It's like, what?
That is crazy, bro.
This makes no sense,
What?
man.
It's like, is he trying to outsmart himself? It's like,
I think so. I think so, man.
Wesley said, why can't we just line up and have Shuck quarterback sneak it twice on 3rd and 4 and 4th and 1, man? Or just line up and throw Billy a slant. Man, come on.
Now they did try running Shuck in the red zone. And
They did.
That didn't work. Look, the running offense is terrible, bro. Like the run blocking is awful. I just don't know what to say. They just don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of answers. They just don't, man.
They don't, bro. They don't. Someone said 504 Co5. No way you can effectively evaluate Shuck with this roster. No way this is
I disagree.
This is a joke. Disrespectful. No way this is a joke. Disrespectful to every Saints supporter. I mean, yeah, you can. Like, I'm not like, you can evaluate him this season. You absolutely can.
You can evaluate. It's not to the point where you can't evaluate him. Where I mean, the offensive line isn't good. Don't get me wrong, but like, we're evaluating him now. I mean, we look at the tape every week. You're able to see these past 2 weeks, even this Falcons game. I didn't come away thinking like, oh man, like Shuck didn't stand a chance. Like, he had chances.
Yeah.
Some of it's play calling, some of it's lack of talent, but you can still see the throws. You can still see how he handles the pocket, manages the pocket and stuff like that, manages certain down and distances and certain situations and stuff like that. So you absolutely can evaluate. Now, will the fan base, if the fan base, be able to look at it like that once the season's over and he's only won one game? And will he be getting like, oh, he's only won one game treatment or something like that? I don't know. But that honestly doesn't matter. It's at the end of the season, do you come away with, like, okay, we can go into the season next year, even if it's not like, oh, he's the number one starter, but we could go into the season next year with him and Rattler or whatever, and we should be able to run a functional offense. And he's been doing it. He's been doing, like, he's like 18th in the NFL right now for the past 3 weeks. As far as like EPA per drop back, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, just fine baseline quarterback play. Not perfect by far, but like just fine quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're able to still evaluate him properly. The thing I worry about, and it worried me a little bit versus the Falcons, is you did start to see the skittishness a little bit.
Yep, you did.
Especially early, which was interesting that he tightened up as the game went along. But early in the game, he was just a little skittish, like we saw in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He bailed from the pocket too early sometime, perceived pressure, and I want to give him a little like leeway because he perceived pressure and like it looks like pressure. I ain't gonna lie, he ain't like,
right.
It's a wall in front. It's like dudes coming at him, but then like the offensive line will reset and then hold it, and so he has to learn to be able to just trust it and be like, okay, they're gonna hold up, or I'm gonna get hit. But you gotta stand back there, and sometimes you gotta take that hit as you throw. You can't bail out every time.
What's interesting is that some of Rattler from last season, when he like coming into this season, it was like one of his biggest things he wanted to work on because he said like he bailed from the pocket too soon.
He sure did.
And so, and he was a rookie last season. So like, it's not crazy for Shuck, who, when that was a concern from him coming from college, that he's having that same experience of like, you have to kind of teach yourself like, okay, like I can stand in this pocket, or I need to learn how to maneuver and navigate from the pocket so that if there is pressure or perceived pressure, either one, I know I'm going to be okay and I can get this ball off down the field or to whoever it needs to go to. Let's take a break. We'll actually break down Saints offense against the Dolphins defense to close it out right after this break.
Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on the action. Playing on underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. This week, I'm looking at Saints versus Bucks and selecting Chris Olave for higher than 50 yards and Baker Mayfield for lower than 3 touchdowns. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code BLOCKPARTY to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code BLOCKPARTY. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
We are back. Debo the God 3277. Thank you for the 199 super chat. Said York's numbers are bad too, and we don't have talent. Hashtag either way we win.
Period.
I'm good, bro. Like okay. I'm well aware that they don't have talent. But when you talk about like thinking about this Saints offense, it's probably gonna be missing Alvin Kamara. So they're probably gonna have a backfield of Devin Neal and Estime and Taysom, I guess. Going against this Dolphins defense, thoughts and impressions when you kind of think about that matchup against like kind of everything that the Saints offense, can and hopefully will do against the Dolphins defense.
I think I saw somewhere where like the Dolphins corners or the Dolphins secondary is allowed like the least yards to wide receivers specifically.
Interesting.
So that's an interesting matchup to see how they do, because pretty much it's Chris Olave and that's it, bro. Like
that's it, bro.
Valet ain't burning nobody. You know what I'm saying? His work is gonna be down the middle. I did like seeing that they were working on their chemistry against the Falcons, and he did get a lot of snaps. So I would like to keep working on that, keep building on top of that. Mason Tipton, he's running a lot of the
clear out
orbit motion stuff that Olave was doing earlier in the year, and some of the stuff Shaheed was doing. I don't know what to think about Tipton, bro, because it's like you do something, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Show me something. Show me something. Shit, it's year 2. So I don't know, bro. And look, I give Devin Neal credit, bro. Like,
yes,
he, especially in the passing game, like he has some nice little juice. Not super juice. Like, he's not about to burn nobody, but he was making guys miss. He was laying that wood down. Like when he caught the ball, he was looking good, bro. So I would like to see him more in the passing game, with screens, check down, some design passes and stuff like that. And in the run game, he's fine, but the run game will only be as good as the blocking is, and the blocking is just piss poor. So
Ruiz has regressed. Like he's going back to early season Ruiz.
Yeah, bro. He was bad, bro. He was bad this game. This was old Ruiz back. Kelly B, I don't know what you're doing, Kelly B. Yeah, it was bad, bro. Run game, pass game, everything. It was not good. I was just so tired of the offensive line. I'm tired of talking about it. Man.
Wesley said they need to bench Ruiz for ratings. This is ridiculous. Then you can put in, I don't know, Sipkins in, who also like is not like this is just who
Radon's getting whipped too. He was getting whipped. Everybody getting whipped, bro. Everybody getting their butt whipped.
What do you want to see from Tyler Shuck in his his third start? Fourth start. No.
Rams, Panthers,
Yeah, 4 star.
Falcons. So 4.5, yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, I just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like go out there and sling that mug. I really want to see him just kind of meld it together as far as like, okay, playing within structure. I thought he played within structure a lot better this past game. And he did what he could, what he could in structure. But I would like to see some of that playmaking ability that he had in the Panthers game come together, some of the off the schedule stuff. And look, that stuff can be kind of random. Like, okay, he took a shot to Olave versus the Panthers. JC Horn falls, touchdown. Took the same shot against to Olave, who was going against AJ Terrell. Can't remember.
Was it AJ Terrell?
I can't remember, but it was covered well, and couldn't do nothing with it. So a lot of that stuff is gonna be random, but I keep taking your shots, bro. And I want to see something like he'll make like 3 or 4 throws a game. It's like, bruh,
yes,
man. Like he made a throw to Olave that was like a smoker. He made a throw to Jawan Johnson. Like, give me some of those, but in the red zone. Like,
right.
Dude, those are the red zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, please, coach, let me sling this thing.
Even that 2-minute drill that they ran against the Rams, where they ended up with the Jawan touchdown right before half. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, why are you not letting him throw in the reds? It's so weird. It's so weird. In terms of that, I just until this Saints offense shows me more, I'm just going. And it's not like they don't move the ball. They do, but until they show me more in terms of putting up points, that's what I should.
Right. That's the point. One of the worst scoring offense in the league, man. Like they do not put up points. And we've seen that with 2 quarterbacks. We've seen that when they were healthy. Now they're not healthy. Less talent. Brandon Cook's gone. Rashid Shaheed traded. So it's tough, man. But you got to figure it out. Kellen Moore, you got to figure that out, bro. You got to figure this red zone stuff out. I don't know how you do it, but there got to be a way, and it's got to be more than just let's run Taysom up the gut.
Please, bro. That'll make no fucking sense. No sense. 5.5 point underdogs. Who you got on Sunday?
Dolphins got that, bro. They got that, man. Shit.
So that would mean the Saints would fall to 2-10.
Now, who do the Giants play? They play the Patriots.
Yes, they play Patriots.
Is Jackson Dart? Is he playing? I saw he was back there practice, but he's still under concussion protocol.
I don't know if he is playing, but he might play.
Probably don't.
Probably not. Probably not.
But man, the Giants was close last week, bro. It was close.
Close.
I need them to pull it off. I need the Giants to pull it off. Because if they could win 2 more games, Saints might be in that number 2 spot. I don't know if we're gonna get to the number 1. I think that's gone. Like,
yeah, because the Tennessee schedule's brutal, bro.
Brutal, bro. Like they play the Jaguars,
which if there's a game that Tennessee could win, it could be that one just because it's a divisional game and like funky things happen in divisional games. Like I could see them potentially like pulling off a huge fucking upset against the Jags. And if Tennessee could just win 1 more, bro, just win 1 more.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
I think it just boils down to, like, obviously we're rooting for them to pick number 1 overall, 2 overall, because then they can control the draft. They could trade down, but pick up an extra first-round pick in next year's draft, because that changes their entire future, and then still draft like a Alvaro Reese or a Caleb Downs. Like that's the best outcome. But even if they just lose the rest of their games the rest of the season, they just slide into that number 3 pick, bruh.
It's good enough for me.
I need it, Wolf.
That is good enough for me.
Got muted for a second. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I also have the Saints not winning on Sunday. I have the Dolphins winning that game. Alfred said Ruiz got beat so bad, like he don't even belong in the league. He single-handedly fuck up the whole play. That's
Every
the Ruiz I
time, bro.
know.
That's Ruiz, bro.
like you said, standing at the scene of the crime, bro.
That is like players getting worse, bro. Like even like Foster Moreau, he blowing blocks. The Ravens dude, the Ravens tight end we
So
signed.
Mitchell
He,
Patton.
yeah, Mitchell Patton. He missing blocks. It's like, what are y'all doing on the airline? Like during the week? Like what are y'all doing?
Paintball 504, bro.
Like just the lack of cohesiveness and coordination. It's just that's what that drives me crazy more than anything. Because that ain't talent. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Because
not
they just look sloppy out there. Wolf, they just look sloppy.
sloppy,
Like,
bro.
like you're a
Some of the
professional.
run players I look at, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on because it's just like a mash of people, you know, and it's like, I'm gonna go this way, you go this way. It's like, bro, what are we doing, man? Now, what's interesting, just kind of random, I did notice that most of the Dolphins runs are out onto the outside. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Saints defense blocked that up. I forgot to mention that earlier, but so not a lot of inside runs. So
Yeah, so the Saints defensively on the edges are going to get tested.
yeah.
So to me, knowing this would be a game. If I'm the Saints, if I'm Brandon Staley, I'll say maybe I want to use Danny Stutzman a little more. Maybe I want to use Staub
Thank
a
you.
little more.
Thank you.
To
That sideline to sideline
the
speed.
sideline, because if you're relying on DeMario and Pete to help you contain Achan on the outside,
Mm. Mm.
good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Anyhow, we appreciate all the sickos who joined us on a episode the day before Thanksgiving. Also, I didn't do this earlier in the week, but I did want to just give our condolences to our guy Dash and his family. Dash's stepfather passed away.
Much love, Dash.
So, we love you, brother. Stay in there. If you need anything from us, reach out to us. You're like family, so we appreciate you, man. So we're here if you need us. Everyone who's listening to this episode, watching this episode, no matter when you're listening or watching, like have a good Thanksgiving. Like
Please.
be around your loved ones, your friends, the ones that just take up that emotional capacity in your heart, and enjoy the fun and the moments, because ultimately that's what it's all about. It's just creating fun and moments. I have my entire family here in Texas with me in Lubbock, and so we're going to enjoy this rest of the week. Head back home on Friday, but moments are important, so enjoy those. And like Wesley said, there are some good football games tomorrow. Yeah, there are
Some good ones. Also, I'm thankful for for Adam, for this podcast, and y'all, man. Everybody that tunes in, checks us out, subscribes, hits the like button, our Patreons, our YouTube members, everybody that mess with us, man. We really appreciate it, bro. Like I really, really am thankful for all our audience members and fans that really consume our product.
For sure. So we'll be back on Sunday. The live stream will be up on YouTube. If you're a Patreon, you can hop in the Zoom, be a part of the live stream. There's no better way to watch Saints games anymore. Like this, it's really the only way.
The best way, man.
We just spend most of the game just laughing, just diabolically laughing all the time with this team. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. With that, we are out, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Peace.